Still plays a good tune, huh?
Yeah.
Can you do the train sound?
Just a little bit, I didn't get part of it.
Have you been practicing it?
Oh, not much, a little bit.
Yeah. Well, let's see. We just had lunch.
Yeah,
Why don't you introduce yourself?
yeah. My name's John Wojcik, and I'm 39 years old. I mean 89 years old.
You feel 39, right?
Yeah, 89, yeah. And my parents were Polish. They came from Europe in 1913, and they settled first in Alton, Illinois. Stayed there 3 years. My father worked at a box factory and let's see, there was another glass factory too. There, the two factories are in the Alton, Illinois. Then he found out that they were hiring men here at the cement plant, and he came here, and this is where he settled with my mother. He worked at cement plant till 1928. He died in 1928 from 1913, 1928. That's that 1913 is when they came here to the cement plant. And
They settled in Alaska first, right?
in Alton, Illinois.
Then they come up here to Alaska.
Yeah.
And let's see, you were telling me, we're in Monkey Run now.
Yeah.
But you first had a house in Alaska, right?
Yes. Then we moved over here about 1930, 34, something like that. I've been living here ever since the night 1934 in the same house.
Mm-hmm.
And when we were children here, when I was about 12, 13 years old, all of us boys used to go up here to one of the neighbors, and he had a radio, and we'd listen to the Nashville, Tennessee program they had, and this neighbor, he'd open up the windows so us boys that we could hear the music better. You know, they playing in Nashville there, and my favorite was let's see, what's his name? He plays harp.
D. Ford Bailey.
D. Ford Bailey, yeah.
Yeah.
I used to like his music. The one that's my favorite was the Pan American blues. He played with the train. Sounded like a train running on the railroad track. He's very good at that. And then he also played the foxtrot, which I enjoyed very much too.
Mm-hmm.
The two favorite. I enjoyed the whole band music there. Dave Macon and all his, and they had the Gully Jumpers and the fruit jar drinkers,
Mm-hmm.
and you see there was some other.
There's quite a few funny
Possum
names.
Hunters.
Possum Hunters too, yeah.
Yeah. Was any other?
I think that was some of the better ones.
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoyed
But now
it.
you went on up there on Saturday night, is that right?
Yeah, it was Saturday nights. We used to listen. We'd listen till they'd sign off probably around 11 o'clock in Nashville. And little Jimmy, he came on at the last. He was probably 5 or 6 years old, and he'd sing his little song when they sign off.
That was Now I Lay Me Down to Sleep,
Yeah,
that song there, yeah.
yeah. I pray to God my soul to keep.
Mm-hmm.
If I die before I wake, I pray to God my soul to take.
Yep.
And little Jimmy, he sung that. And he was the last one. When they signed off, he'd sing that little song.
But you like D. Ford Bailey. Is there any other harp players on there that you recall? Or?
No, I didn't.
Probably quite a few of
Just
them
one
on there.
D4,
though.
yeah,
Yeah. D. Ford had his own own segment of the show, didn't he?
yeah,
I guess you know what a train sounds like, don't you?
yeah.
Because you all live right next to the tracks
Yeah.
here, pretty much. There was train tracks back then, wasn't there?
Yeah,
I mean, that train's been running through all this time.
and he played that make that chicken pie. He'd make that sound like a chicken clucking.
Yep.
Make
Yep.
that chicken pie. He got his ideas, I guess, when he was sick that time. He laid, you know, he was in home, I guess, when he was sick. He listened to all the sounds, the train sounds and the chickens and the other sounds there.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he got his idea from Fox. Maybe you might have heard Fox barking too at night.
Mhm.
They bark at nighttime.
Yeah.
I've heard them on the hills there barking.
Did you and your brothers all go down there and listen, or was there quite a few boys? Or?
Oh yeah, quite a few around in the village. Yeah,
Mhm.
They're about the same. We were about all the same age. I don't remember any girls being there, but all the boys. You know,
Uh-huh.
he had a real long porch there, and we'd all sit on the porch there and listen.
He had the first radio down here?
I think it's about the first one.
Or?
And
Yeah.
yeah, it was a pretty good radio, I think, and it's pretty loud, and it played pretty clear too.
Mm-hmm. And it ran from about 8 till 11, huh?
Yeah,
So you got to stay out late on Saturday night, huh?
yeah, we got sleepy a lot of times, but we stayed there until finished up and when they signed on.
And this was back in the 30s, or?
Yeah, back in
Think
30,
about-
31, and maybe it's part of 32. It didn't, it said it didn't last too long, you know.
Yeah.
That band that played during that time,
Mhm.
that 2 or 3 years they played.
Yeah. And then your youngest sister said you used to play harmonica for them,
Yeah.
right? And did you play for my mom too, or when they were little and they came
Oh.
over, or?
Oh, yeah, I might have.
Yeah.
I could have.
I'll have to ask her about
I
that.
played with Guy, you know.
Did
A
you?
little bit, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'd go over to Sophia's and play with Guy.
He'd play the guitar and you play the harp?
Yeah, I mean, he played that organ too.
Oh, yeah.
We'd go together on.
I see. Well, I see you got your harmonica there. When did you get that?
Oh,
Is that one you had a while, or?
yeah, it's been several years already. It's getting kind of war, but still.
When do you suppose you got?
music,
When do you suppose you got that?
What?
When do you suppose you got that
Oh,
harp?
maybe, 30 years ago or something like that.
I see.
Yeah, it's pretty old.
Mm-hmm. That's not the first one you had, though, huh?
No, I used to have a lot of cheaper ones. This was the best one. The Holder's the best. I had cheaper ones. I didn't have the money to buy a better one
Right.
at that time. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's hear a tune, or
Huh?
let's hear a tune, or play like a train, or something. went into the station, huh?
Yeah.
Let off a little steam there at the end.
Yeah. Yeah. It was-
Pretty good. You remember anybody? Did everybody talk and stuff when they were sitting on the porch listening to the music, or did you play any instruments when you were listening?
No.
Or
No.
just sat
We
there.
used to listen, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that was a pretty big treat on a Saturday night, or?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a really good treat for us. Yeah, back in them days, yeah, we stayed out of trouble. We would all get gathered there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, did your brothers go with you sometimes, or were they younger than?
Yeah, they were younger. They were
Right.
older. Maybe Joe might have been, Uncle Joe, Walter, I think, might have been. They were a little older.
Well, can you think of anything else about them days when you were down there listening to the music?
No,
Were y'all able to? Did you sing along with any of the music?
no,
Or
we didn't.
pretty much just sat and.
Yeah, I kind of take my harmonica, try to imitate Defoe a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
I wish I could play like him, but
Mhm.
he's too good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was very good on the harmonica. And
Yep. Well, he was the first person you told me about when you told me that story. So
yeah,
I think that must have been your favorite one, huh?
yeah, favorite, yeah. Yeah, I like that Pan American Train song that he played in the Fox Chase.
Mhm.
He'd talk, like make a like they run on a fox, you know, and
Mhm.
he'd play that harp in there. He just,
And
I don't know how he done it.
And then
but-
talk while he was playing the harp.
Yeah,
kinda?
he'd talk and he'd bark like a dog. And, Hip, eat him, sing, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Huh.
Oh, I need to make that bark. Them dogs bark real fast, like they're driving that fox pretty fast.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yep. That was one of his best ones.
yeah. Well, he's really good. He probably had one of these small harmonicas. It sounds just about like one of his.
Yeah.
It's single loaded.
How many brothers and sisters did you have all together?
There was 8 of us altogether. One died in infancy. There was 4 boys and 4 girls in our family.
And the oldest one was
As Sophia,
Sophie,
yeah,
my grandma.
Grandma Sophia. Yeah.
And then,
Steve, Helen was the young, yeah, she came.
and you were the oldest boy? Or?
Yeah, and yeah, I was the oldest boy, and I was about 2 years younger than Sophia.
Now, was there anybody between you and Sophie?
No,
Okay.
yeah,
For Sophie, then you, then who?
Stella,
Stella?
then Mary, Walter, Joe, Steve, Al. Yeah, we went through a '93 flood here. We had 28 inches of water in our home, and there was a lot of mud on the floor and on the walls there.
Yeah.
It took a long time, about 2 weeks to clean all that up. I thought we'd never get done cleaning it because there's so much mud on the floor. We had to use the hose and the water every morning, and we used a lot of detergent, you know, to spray on the floor. And one room, our front room, it had black mold up and down the walls and some on the ceiling too. And we had, I used a lot of detergent on that, spraying that, spraying water on there, and then spraying that detergent too. It was hard to get off that black mold because every morning it'd come back again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and I was afraid of one of the doors here, the kitchen door, it didn't close very good, and I was afraid a snake might come in, but one small one did come in. It's about 10 inches long. I'm glad of that. I was kind of worried if some of the bigger snakes come in and hide somewhere in the house, and you know, it might get bit or something like that if I didn't look for them.
Yeah, that would be no good. And get the water moccasins or something like that coming in. But yeah, that was quite a flood.
Yeah.
And the one more recent flood, it didn't make it up here, right?
No, we had a lot of other smaller floods, but they didn't make it come in like that. Well, that it would have got a whole lot higher, that water would have, but that's when they broke the levee up here. You know, that man, they had him. You know, he broke the levee.
Yeah, he broke it up at West Quincy.
Yeah, I guess they prosecuted him too. For that.
Yeah, I think he went to jail.
Yeah.
Just about for good for that.
Yeah. Yeah, that water was swift. Just run against the house, real swift. And the barn there, it was about halfway up on the barn. I thought it flipped that barn over, you know, because that barn, it's not bolted down or anything. It's just sitting on the foundation, no bolts or nothing holding it. I was afraid that swift water would
just carry it off there.
Carry it off.
Yeah.
Take it off, but never done it though.
Must have been heavy enough to hold it down.
Yeah. And we had a lot of smaller floods. It come first off the wall there, and it didn't come in the house right away.
Yeah.
But that gas tank, it flipped over, turned upside down. Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah. And I kind of get that part of it out of the water, where the gauges and things. I try to keep it up out of the water there. I kind of turned it with the ropes.
Yeah.
And tie it down so it wouldn't roll back over
Yeah,
again.
probably a little bit top heavy, isn't it?
Yeah. It had
Gauge and all that
gas
stuff
in
in
it,
the
you
top.
know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, well, I guess they can't take gas out of the tank, can they?
You know.
Now, when you went over there on the porch and listened to music, about how old were you? Or
Oh,
when were you born again?
1917. That's around
1917.
about, what was it, about 13? I'd be about
About
13.
13, 14 years old, in that
Probably
range.
13, 14, yeah.
I see. So you were already a pretty good sized lad by then, huh?
Yeah.
But
And when
that
I
was before
around-
you were working or anything, right?
Yeah.
You were still going to school back then.
Yeah, my school. And I worked a little while. We had a job with CWA, Civilian Work, CWA, Civilian Work Administration. I had a little job there for a while. It didn't last about. It paid pretty good, about $10.50 a week. That's pretty good wages back then. But it didn't last about a month and a half. Then when I was 17, I went to the Civilian Conservation Corps. We had it was about 300,000 of us, 3,000 boys in Civilian Conservation Corps at that time. And we got $1 a day, and we got got $1 a day, $30 a month. We got $5 there at the camp, and we asked to buy our toilet articles and soda, cigarettes, whatever we wanted to buy. And $25 went home. That's to support the family. That was mostly for the poor families, like didn't have no father,
Mm-hmm.
and
So you had to be eligible to get into that. Huh?
yeah, you had to be eligible there. I stayed there 4 years, and I wanted to stay longer because there was no jobs. That was during Depression time. I stayed from 1935 till 1939.
Mm-hmm.
That's 5 years I stayed. And,
Now, did you stay at home and then go and do work, or did they have
No,
a camp that you went and
they
stayed
had,
at?
they had like a regular army camp.
Okay.
We had 9 barracks, and we had World War One issue of clothing.
Mm-hmm.
We had the same kind of clothing they issued like it had World War One.
Yeah. That was the latest stuff then, huh?
we didn't wear too many. We were allowed to wear civilian clothes,
Mm-hmm.
but they had better ones. They had ODs like they had World War II.
Yeah.
And olive drab. We wore them. They were kind of narrow down to the bottom, and we take them to the tailor, and they'd put a V. They'd cut a V-shape piece and put it in there and widen the bottoms out.
Oh, okay.
Then they'd look pretty good
Mm-hmm.
because they were pretty well, narrow down to the bottom. Is that male?
Oh, no, I think that's your neighbor.
Oh, it's
Just
male.
driving down there. And that's that other guy taking care of that. He was loading something up, I don't know what.
Yeah.
Some wire or something.
Oh yeah.
Have you got your mail yet?
No, there's no mail today.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
President
that's
Ford, he died, and President Bush, he made it so they wouldn't have no mail
Yeah, that's right.
to pay respects to President Ford. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And when I got out of CC camp there, I couldn't stay no longer.
Where was that anyway?
That
At
was
the
in
camp?
Bethany, Missouri.
Bethany?
Yeah,
Okay.
about 200 miles from here.
Mm-hmm.
I used to ride a train when I come home.
Okay.
Yeah,
A passenger train came by?
yeah, passenger. It didn't go too fast. But back in them days, they stopped and picked up milk cans at every little town.
Oh, yeah.
It took about all night, about 24 hours to get here.
Hmm.
Because they stopped every little station, picked
Yeah.
up milk cans and pick up milk.
Hmm.
Yeah, just moved pretty not too fast.
Right. What it cost you to ride down here? You
I
recall?
don't know, about $5 or something like
Is that right?
back in them days. Yeah.
That's pretty high for.
Yeah.
I guess you didn't come back that often though. Huh?
No, just around the holidays at Christmas.
Now, did your brother work there too, or?
Uncle Joe, he went to CC camp and he stayed about a year and a half, and he got out and then he went to work shoe factory. But when I got a CC camp, there were no jobs. I got a job working at the Sims Fruit Company there, and that's 15 cents an hour. I worked 10 hours a day, 6 days a week, and I got $9 for the whole week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was just, you couldn't support no family back in them days.
Right.
I just kind of saved a little money till I had, I had a hernia, and I saved that money so I could have a surgery done for that. Because I was already in a draft at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And they rejected me because they put me in 4F because I had the hernia. And I went in October, no, it was August. I went, I was 19, let's see, 19, 41. Yeah, 1941. I went and got a surgery in August, and I reported back to the driver board that next spring, 1942, and they took me to the Army then. I passed the test. Yeah.
So you had to get your own surgery, huh?
Yeah.
I thought they'd have drafted you and then
Yeah, they
paid
would
for
take
that
me.
themselves.
They wouldn't take me with that hernia.
Yeah.
I got rejected for that.
All right. Well, just about getting on the end of this particular thing. I'll go ahead and shut this off.
Let's see. I gotta.
Okay. I'm going to turn this off then.
Okay.